So yeah, Rory leaps on this creature and starts biting viciously. And the centipede is still alive, but just barely. And it's like Rory nearly bites the creature in half, and the centipede skitters angrily and turns towards Rory. So now you're gonna hit Rory, and does Rory have a delay, or does he also have an M delay on him?
It just says delay.
Because there's an automatic one that I can do for him, so that you can just hit M delay and then you don't have to worry about it. So it's
I don't have an M delay. I just have a delay.
Yeah, I'm adding that in.
Oh.
So this is his melee delay speed. There, that should pop up now.
Yes.
There you go.
And hit that, right?
Yep.
Okay. I did. Is something supposed to happen?
It was supposed to delay him. No, this could be an issue in. Oh, there it goes. Roll20 has been a little slow recently with all the heavy usage, so sometimes it just takes a second on this turn order tracker.
Okay.
And now we go on to second 4, and it's your turn. So you've got your short sword out. What would you like to do?
I want to slash at the nearest centipede.
All right. Would you like to slash at this one down here? Is hurt. Rory just attacked him. Would you like to attack one that's unhurt or one that's hurt?
How about one that's unhurt?
All right. So it'd be one of these 3. So one of these other 3. So
right.
So then you would click on your character sheet, and you would open, or you'd go to whichever weapon you want to attack with, and you'd hit that attack. I think it says roll.
Yep. Got it.
Perfect. Oh, great roll. And this one tries to defend against you. It tries to scurry out of the way, and you hit it. How much damage do you do?
There you go.
Not great. Not great. It surprisingly actually doesn't even kill the centipede. So these are small. These centipedes are about 2-pound tiny little things, and you slash at it, and I mean maybe it's just twisting out of the way just enough that you don't manage to kill it. You just barely connect with the edge of your short sword.
My nose got in the way.
Yeah, that's it. It's hurting your swing. So now what you do is you click on your character and you hit delay. And then it'll ask you how long do you want to delay for?
Yes, it says input modifier.
Yep. And now you'll say like your attack. If you want to choose to attack again, you put your weapon speed of your short sword. So your short sword is 8 seconds.
So I would put that.
You'd put 8. Yep.
Okay.
So now that's what you're doing. So basically for the next 8 seconds, you're fighting. Okay. But let's say one of these centipedes or at some point, one of these monsters is like trying to flank you and move around. You can react during those 8 seconds and choose to move. Just let me know that you're going to be doing something. And like basically at this point, since a lot of you don't know the system yet, just let me know and I will tell you what you need to do to make that happen.
Okay.
So on second 4, this centipede is scurrying towards Thalon. And this one is scurrying towards Thalon. And this one reaches Thalon. So at this point, it's reached Thalon, so it can now make an attack.
There we go.
It attacks Thalon. And Thalon, you're also unaware. Correct? Right. So
yeah.
I don't see you on the initiative. Oh, you're on 16. So yeah. So this is going to lower your initiative down to 6.
Excellent.
So as long as it hits, though. So you roll a d8, and I'm rolling a natural 20.
Oh, cool.
I wasting them all. So you get hit, and you have to do the same thing as Connor. So a d20 plus your Constitution, plus any bonuses you might have against poison.
All right, my con is 7. I don't think I have any bonuses to poison, so I'm just going to roll 1d20 plus 7. That's
Woo!
really good.
Woo! So yeah, it bit you, and you feel it sting, and it doesn't seem to have any effect on you. So that was its turn. It starts to try to attack you again. It's like crawling on your robes, and maybe you're digging at the moment. It kind of like leaps onto your shoulder.
I imagine somewhere the entire forest is filled with the long going with like a girly scream or something.
On second 5, this next centipede does the exact same thing. So you're still unaware until second 6.
Mhm.
So in this case, it's still a D8, which I got a 13.
I am rolling dice. 4.
All right, let's see if we can get you this time.
And I could roll another 20 on that, but I think we're good. I imagine
Lordy.
these dice aren't penetrating.
These do penetrate. The D20s actually penetrate to a D6, which is the one thing that Roll20 can't do very well.
Right,
So
but I'm not even going to bother. 27's higher than 9.
Yeah, so in situations that it matters, we'll have to do that manually. But in this case, you've got a very stout constitution. So it's now second 6. These creatures attacked rather quickly. They attack rather quickly. So it's been 5 seconds. So these creatures now attack again. So Connor, because there are one of them is attacking Rory, but there are 3 of them attacking you.
Yes.
So if you're ever in a situation when you're fighting someone 3-on-1, instead of rolling a normal D20, you roll a D12. So your defensive bonus with your short sword is a 1. So in this case, you're going to roll a D12 plus 1.
Penetrating, right?
Yep. This one gets a 12, and you're just not quick enough. There's so many of them that you're just getting a little overwhelmed.
Oh,
So
boy.
there's a poison.
So that's a D20 plus 10, right?
Yep. And ties go to the defender.
Of course.
So you won this. So
Yes.
you're good. And then this one is actually attacking Rory. So he makes his attack against Rory. And Rory should have he does not have a defense. Let me give him a defense one as well.
Mm-hmm. You know, the cobra just bites him, he gets the venom, and then he just goes to sleep, and then he wakes up. Perfect partner. Likes to sleep.
He gets tired.
That's right.
All right. You should now have a defense one.
Okay.
So you should be able to roll that. Oh, it says attack, but that is the correct one, but it says attack.
But I did click the defense. So.
Yeah, because it says Rory defends. So
yeah.
All right, Rory manages to fight off that giant centipede. So that's its turn.
Okay, so then I hit melee delay.
Yeah. Oh no, so you're an I hit melee delay centipede. Rory is just being attacked, and so that doesn't affect your time at all.
Okay, so then he would just be done.
Yeah, so my guy hit done and is now waiting his weapon speed to attack again. Okay. So when it becomes Rory's speed, which is going to be on second 13, Rory will attack, and then we'll have to hit melee delay again.
Got it.
You won't have to delay any time on when it's not your turn unless you start taking actions.
Sorry.
And at any time you can choose to interrupt your action. So like right now, Connor is attacking these centipedes. But let's say he's not actually too worried about these centipedes, and a lion jumps out from the out from the woods. You could be like, that's more of a danger, and you could choose to act again on this second, stop your attack, and then move over to try to engage the lion. So,
right.
I totally spaced on it, but you guys can also do things to make other people aware that combat's happening. The first thing you can do is you can yell. You can just raise a hue and cry, and that'll reduce everyone that's on your that's in your group by initiative by 2.
Okay.
Also, if you have a situation where Thalon is on initiative 16, and let's say Connor's on initiative 2 or 3, or Tubbs, you could shake the other person, and then you'll both take the average of the initiative as you're like, stop reading your book. We're in combat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to do that then and say, hey, a little help over here.
And we'll say that, your DM remembered to tell you that earlier in the combat. And so everyone can reduce their initiatives by 2, except for Thalon, who got attacked because you would have acted on 6 as well, because your initiative would have dropped down to a 14. So everyone else can reduce their initiative down to a 6. Usually the maximum that it could be would be the next second, but I forgot to tell you. So in this case, now can you guys all manually reduce your initiative?
But you do like delay -2?
You can. That might work.
You can just put the number in.
But you can also just click on your number and change it.
Where do you click on it?
On the turn order.
Got it.
Do you see the turn order track?
I do, yes.
Yeah. You can click on it and change that
to 6.
Oh no, but so Connor, you already acted, so you're not.
So I'm at 12.
Yeah, you're at 12 because that's when you swing next.
Correct.
Yeah.
But everybody else.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. I'm getting it.
And I mean, this is going to take a little bit of time to get to, so don't worry about it. It's a different combat system than a lot of other systems use. So this highlighted centipede now attacks you, leaping at your face. It sees that nose and it just looks delicious.
All right, so then I want to roll a d20.
In this case, you would roll the d12 plus 1.
D12 plus 1. Get my 1s out of the way early.
Did you roll a 1?
I did, yeah.
Oof. Well, luckily, so what happens in Hackmaster, when you roll a 1, you're starting to get a little bit tired. What that means is you have a -1 to attack and defense for the rest of the combat.
Okay.
If you roll another 1, then you get a +1 to your weapon speed. And then if you get another 1, you now have a -2 to attack and defense. And it slowly builds like that.
Okay.
So right now you have a -1 to attack and defense, in addition to being hit by this poison.
Okay, so then I'll roll the 1d20 plus 10, plus 9, right? I'll subtract 1.
The -1 doesn't apply to poison saves, just your attack and defense. So in this case, it's just d20 plus 10. You're good.
Nice.
So now it is Tub. So Tub, you're sitting here by the packs, and you hear Connor yell out, and you see all these centipedes biting him and crawling all over him, and even crawling over to Thalon and attacking him.
Put me on the spot here, damn.
So if you want to know how much you can move, if you look at cheat sheet number 2, which I can show to players.
Got it.
So cheat sheet number 2, there's actions. Under 1 second actions, there's 2 numbers there. There's 5 feet and there's a number in parentheticals. The number that's not in parentheticals are for everyone that's of normal size. For dwarves and gnomes, you use the number that's small there. So in this case, and you can start in a jog or a walk. And then every second you can choose to pick up or decrease your speed by 1 step. So it's essentially like driving an old car or like a stick shift. So like if you're jogging, you can either slow down to a walk or you can increase to a run. If you're running, you can go into a sprint or you can go down to a jog. But you can't go from a sprint to a jog. You'd have to slow down first from a sprint to a run and then a run to a jog.
Gotcha.
So that can be dangerous if you're sprinting down a hall and you don't give yourself time. You can end up colliding into a wall. So for a dwarf, basically you can start in a jog. So your jog speed is 1 square, and then once you start sprinting, every second you can move 2 whole squares.
So if I want to say get a throwing dagger, can I do that and then run and throw it?
Yeah, so you can do those at the same time. So you're drawing your throwing knife, and that takes 1 second. And you
Right.
can also be moving. So you could pull a dagger and move 1 square.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And then you would hit done.
Where would done be? I'm sorry.
So you click on your token, and then in the top left, there's going to be a
Got
done
it.
symbol. Yeah. And so one thing is you can choose to throw your throwing knife from anywhere, but remember you will have range penalties because right now, if you throw it, you're at about 60 feet. So the time it takes to throw is it takes I think your throwing knife is the rate of fire is 5 seconds.
Hmm.
4 of those seconds is aiming, and then it's 1 second to fire. You can choose to throw it in 1 second. It's called a quick shot, but you have a
Right.
-6 to hit. So, and I would advise you could try it, but if you throw through someone, they will count as giving, like they'll count as a shield for that creature. So there's a chance that you could just peg your friend in the back.
Right
So,
here, yeah. Is the
um,
centipede in front of Talon or behind him, or
from
what
where
is that?
you are, the centipede is on the other side of Thalon.
Okay. And it's not attacking Ari?
There's not one attacking Ari yet. There's 2 of them attacking Thalon, and then there's several of them on Connor.
Yeah, that's just gonna hold for right now to get closer.
Yep, no worries. Ari. Or is it Ari or Ari?
Airy.
So, Ari, what would you like to do?
So I see on the chart there it says that drawing my weapon is 1 plus weapon speed.
So that's only to ready a weapon. That's the draw plus ready. But if you just want to draw it, it's just 1 second.
Alright, well I think I want to draw my shield first.
All right.
Which
So
is,
that will take more time. So it'll
Yeah.
be 1d4 plus 1 seconds. So
and that is penetrating.
that is penetrating.
Alright,
So
4 seconds.
So for the next 4 seconds, you're strapping on a shield. All right. Thalon.
Well, I want to do something similar. Probably picking up my quarterstaff and getting it ready so I can actually defend myself.
All right. This initiative
Uh,
tracker's a little slow. So you. Oh, it skipped to this centipede. So we're at you. We'll stick at you.
Okay.
So this second you're just picking up your quarterstaff, so that'll just take a second. So you'll just hit done for that action.
Boop. There we go. It's in my hands.
It's in your hands. So now Kara, way down here.
Yeah.
So you hear Connor crying out, "Help! Centipedes!"
God, it's in my hair.
Okay, I'm gonna start jogging over
Yep.
and pull out my scimitar and
Yep. And so that you can be doing those. Yeah, you can do those actions at the same time. You can be moving and drawing weapons. So a jog, you get to move 2 squares. Awesome. And then you just hit done. And now it is the final centipede attacking Connor. So this is another D12 plus 1. So there's another hit. So 23. Oh, why do I even try? Jeez. So now we're on second 7.
Just to clarify,
Yeah.
because I'm kind of slow. Just to clarify, while I'm donning the shield and each additional second bracket, I could still be moving forwards, right?
You could be moving as well. Yep.
Okay.
So now we're Toothlon.
Cool. So I have it in my hands. Does
Yep.
that count as ready for use?
Yeah. So the first time you move into contact with an enemy, you get like a free attack to start combat.
But I'm already there.
Yep. And so you're already there. You haven't made your free attack yet, so you can just flunk away.
Yeah, I'm gonna thunk away, and I'm even gonna choose to do the aggressive attack and get +5.
Ooh. So yeah, he's doing an aggressive attack. It'll give him a bonus to hit, but the next attack to attack him will
Be at -2, or
Yep.
I'll be at -2 defense.
Yep.
So I'm gonna hit attack, and I'll just manually add 5.
No worries.
Here's the staff.
All right. It got a 17. You got a 22.
27
you-
even.
Or 27, and you criticaled. So the way criticals work in Hackmaster is this case, if it was against a human, we'd use a critical chart.
Instead, it's a tiny bug.
Instead, it's a tiny bug. So first, you roll damage, and the severity of the critical is the amount you hit by, which in this case was 10, and then the amount of damage that it actually goes through. So your critical in this case, you hit by 10, and you did 2 points of damage. So
Wait, how did I do 2 points of damage? I have +5.
Oh, you don't have. You need !P on your dice. On your damage.
When I did P ! Before, it did double, so
Oh.
I'm just gonna do !
No,
that
just
is-
!P, not P!
P. There we go. That ought to solve in the future. The die roll was definitely a 2. Add 5 to that. So
No,
7.
that read an error, so it just took the 2 from the very beginning. So that didn't even roll at all.
Let's hit the button again, see if it works.
Yeah,
right?
just hit the button again.
I had problems when I was testing before, and now it did the thing where it rolls 2 dice.
No, that's what it's supposed to do.
Oh, it is supposed to do that. Okay.
Yeah, it is. And so what happened there is you had an explosion. So it was a 4. You rolled a 4 on the first dice, and then you rolled another 4, and it automatically subtracts 1 from that because that's how the penetration system works. And then you rolled again, and you got a 3, which subtracted 1 to become 2.
And now it's
And then your
also
second
critical.
Yep. So in this case, your severity would have been 16 plus 10, so it would have been 26. So if this creature survived, you would have done a total. You would have done an additional. You would have done additional 2 damage dice. So you would have rolled another 2d4 and added it in.
Right. This is an incredibly threatening hit.
Yes. And so in this case, the centipede obviously survived 16 points of damage. And so you're going to have to roll that. No. This one's dead. So it just.
There's a hole in the ground where it used to be.
Yeah, you just pasted it. And so there's a little centipede body right there. Little centipede
And a crater around it, 1 mile wide.
Yeah.
And now I believe I delay by 13.
Yes, if you'd like to attack again, you don't have to if you don't want to.
Like I definitely want to attack again if I
you
can.
Could be like, I'm going to cast a spell, in which case then it would be a different speed. You know what I mean? So,
right. So I am delaying. Oh, geez. So I am delaying 13 so that I can try to strike it again in the future.
So usually I'd add corpses to the map, and then if you're standing on a corpse, you would actually take an attack and a defense penalty because your footing's a little unsteady.
Mm-hmm.
However, these creatures are tiny creatures. And you did so much damage that centipede is not even a corpse anymore. He's paste. He's
starting off strong for the wizard.
We're at Tub.
Another square.
All right, you're just moving up.
Yep.
All right.
I can only move 1 now, right? Or do I move 2?
So you can move. Basically, you move into a jog, and since you're a dwarf, you're moving 1.5 squares.
Right.
So in this case, when you move into a sprint, I assume you're going to go into a sprint. Just
Right.
move 3 squares on the next second, or you can stay in a jog and you'll just move 2 squares, like 3 squares every 2 seconds.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll keep the same.
Okay. So it's now Kara.
Cool. So if I went up to a sprint, how fast would that be?
So you're currently at a jog, and so in order to move up to a sprint, you first have to move into a run,
Okay.
and the run would be 3 squares,
Okay.
and then the sprint would be 4 squares.
Okay. I'll do that.
Perfect.
And hit done.
And now it's Kara. It's back to Kara.
I guess I'll go into sprint then.
All right.
Which is, what would you say, 4?
Yeah, 4 squares.
Okay. So,
All right. Yep. And then you just hit done. And now it's Tub.
Go again.
Yep. So now it's because every 2 seconds you get to move 3 squares, so you can move 2 squares.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
That dwarf's got some momentum. All right. And then second 9. Oh.
Yeah, we got the movers and shakers.
All right. It's
And I suppose Airy can also move up if they wanted to as well.
yeah,
every
Ari
second.
could move as well while she's strapping. Well, he's strapping on his weapon or his shield, but he wouldn't be able to attack because he doesn't have a weapon out yet, unless you wanted to just like move in and then punch. But you wouldn't be able to attack while you're strapping on your shield.
That's fine. I'm moving at a
To
measured
just fall
pace.
on top of it.
All right, the initiative tracker is moving a little slowly right now. Come on, let's do this. But up next would be Kara. So if Kara, if you want to move again.
yeah, I did move my thing, and I tried to get it done. It's not moving it back.
So it won't move you back until you're actually at your correct second, like until it's got you highlighted. But the turn tracker's moving real slow right now.
I'll just change my second.
Yeah, so just move it to 10, and then so until the turn tracker catches up to where we are, it's now Tubbs' turn.
2 more squares.
Yep. And then you're now on second 10. So now we've got on second 10, we got a lot of folks going on second 10. So we've got this centipede. So this in this case, we've got several people going on second 10. And so I'll kind of sort them out by we would go by reach. So if Airy had a weapon out and this centipede was also trying to attack, if they both attacked, it's simultaneously until you get to weapon reach. So if you have an 8-foot weapon, you get to attack before someone with a 2-foot weapon. So Airy, what would you like to do? You've got your shield strapped on second 10.
Drawing the saber.
Draw on the sabers. That'll delay you to second 11. And now it's this centipede, the centipede attacking Thalon. So it leaps at you, Thalon.
Actually, hold on. Never mind.
No worries. What do you want to do?
I could also move, and that would put me into whatever you call it in this game, engagement,
Engagement. Yep.
which would then put me to the automatic attack, right?
Yeah, you'd get an automatic attack, but at this
Oh,
point,
right, yeah.
it's
Next turn is
your
when I
punch.
have the
Yeah.
sword. Yeah, never
Yeah.
mind.
because you're drawing out your sword this whole second. Thalon, if you want to give me a defense roll.
All right, and I did use the aggressive attack, so this is going to be at -2 from this, but I do have the staff. Sorry, that's damage. Whoops. Defense. So that is an 8
An 8 to
versus a 2.
So he manages to, you manage to block him, and he misses.
Keep it away. Stay at the stick end.
All right, so let's see. I'd open and closed Roll20 to see if that would refresh the APIs on my end.
I think it actually stores that on the game.
Yeah, it is on the game itself. I was just, you never know. You never know what. I was just hoping I could unjinx it.
Actually
so
stores it per map, but yeah.
this one delays to second 15, and now we are on Kara and Tubbs, who I'll delay to second 11, and you guys can make your moves.
Cool. Done.
All right. Now on second 11, we got a whole bunch of people. So if If Kara and Tubbs want to move again, we can do that pretty easily.
Sure. How do I start slowing down?
You just on this second, you'd be like, I'm gonna move back into a jog, and then you'd move to a jog.
Yeah, I'm to a jog. Can I throw my weapon now, or is it too close?
You would. So it depends on if you want to quick throw it. If you want to quick throw it, you can throw it in 1 second. If you want to take aim, then that'll be another 4 seconds to aim, and then a second to fire. So it'd be 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'll stop and do an aim or a call shot, however you call it.
So are you going to be aiming from right here?
Yes.
All right. Which one are you aiming at?
The one that's attacking the area or tablet. I don't know where they're at exactly because they're not on the.
They are. You just have to really look. They're very much the same color as the ground.
Oh yeah, there's one here, and there's several
Oh.
here.
Oh my goodness. Okay. With this throwing dagger, can I use that as like a melee weapon, or is that only?
You can
does-
use it as a knife in melee,
Okay, I'm gonna
but
do
you
that.
could also pull out your dagger as well, and then
Yeah, I'll do that then. I'll pull out a dagger.
okay. So the next centipedes to attack are all the centipedes on con. So let's wrap up Airy first. So what would you like to do, Airy?
Well, since I've drawn my saber now, I'll move forwards to get that automatic attack.
All right. It gets its defense, and you also critical, but just by the skin of your teeth. Let's see some damage. And yeah, just slashed it all to heck. So it's dead. So in this case, we now have a situation where Thalon, you don't have to wait your weapon speed. You can just wait. You can take 1 second and reset your count. So and same for you, Ari. So you could reset your count, and then the next time you moved into someone, you could just attack again. So
When you say reset the count, that means
so that means you attacked on second 11. So on second 12, you could just take a second and now start acting every second. So
I suppose I
Thalon.
set myself to 9 or 10.
So we are currently on second 11. So on second 11, Ari rushes up and kills it. So you could take second 11 and just be like, all right, I'm going to reorient myself. And then you could act normally on second 12.
All right.
Since that was my movement to do that, I would just take this second to reorient, right?
So you killed it on this second. So you're going to have to take second 12 to reorient.
Right, but I mean, I moved into it, which gave me the free attack.
Yes.
There was no actual attack action or anything taken.
So moving into it is your and then you choose to take your attack.
Oh, okay. I thought that was free.
Yeah.
I thought moving into it and then having the attack was free.
It occupies this entire second of action.
Got it. So I just
If
moved
that
to
makes sense.
12, and then 12 I
Yep.
take a reorient.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that centipede is now completely dead. And so we move on to Connor. So to make this simple, I'm going to roll 3 attacks against you because there's 3 centipedes. And so if you want to roll 3d12, so independently 3d12s, each with a +1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it looks like the first one hit and the last 2 miss. We just have to do 1 poison save. Yeah, yep, you're good.
Awesome.
So now there's just 1 against Rory. So Rory is getting attacked by the other centipede, and he gets a natural 20. I think
Okay,
that's
so-
Yep.
So for Rory, do I roll defense?
Yeah, you click on Rory and then you hit defense. So Rory gets hit. And now
Rory
there's a
don't care.
chance. Rory don't give a fuck. So that's virulence. Yeah, damage. So Rory takes. I got the virulence is 18. So you need to roll a d20, and Rory's Constitution is 10. So it's also a d20 plus 10. But watch
Penetrate.
out. Yep, penetrating. But yeah, nope. Rory don't care. Rory's used to being poisoned. So up next we got Ari. And so Ari, this is your second you're taking to reorient.
Right, and I can still move, right?
No, this is the second where you just stop, and this is like you looking around. So you can't move on this second.
Got it.
Because usually this is happening in like the middle of, so you're like taking a breath, looking around, seeing what else is going on, taking your focus away from the one that you're attacking. And so that'll delay you to 13. And now we have Connor. So
Okay.
Connor, it's your attack if you'd like.
Okay. Can I go try to hit the one that's already injured? I think that's the one. Okay.
There's
And then
two of them already injured. One that's fighting Rory, and then one of the other three as well that you've attacked.
Yeah. So okay. Do I have to pick one? Or do
You can
pick
attack the one that you've injured. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you hit. So that is a dead centipede. So yeah, you just slash it up, and it screeches and falls dead. And so now that you're only fighting two of them, now you don't have to roll the d12 every time. Now you're going to be back to a d20. So
A d20. Okay.
what would you like to do now? So you've killed that creature. Would you like to continue fighting?
Yeah, I want to continue
All right.
fighting.
So then you'll just add your weapon speed to your initiative.
I add it to the 12, so
Yep.
if my weapon speed is 8, then I'm at 20.
Yep.
Okay, just
Yeah,
check.
you can hit the delay button after clicking your token and just add that number onto it.
Oh, okay. And that's working slow. I don't have to hit done or anything.
No, yeah, you should hit delay and then 8.
That's what I
And then
did.
it'll query you. It might not be working if the whole tracker is running.
It just worked, yeah.
It just worked.
Yeah. It did on my end anyway.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't see it. I still see
yeah, I don't
12.
see it either.
Yeah, so it might be taking a second.
Should I try it
Tubbs up
again?
next anyway.
Yeah, Tubbs up next. What would you like to do?
Move closer.
All right. So yeah, keep on moving, and same with Kara.
I'm
All right.
to a run, just as a heads up.
Yeah, you're slowing down. That makes sense. Yeah, you as you're running up, you see R have two dead centipedes at their feet, a small crater at the bottom of one of them, and you see Connor is kind of being swarmed by them. And as you run up, you see him like slay one of them, and it fall twitching to the ground. Thalon.
All right. Quick question. I assume that I can't charge until I'm already moving at that speed, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'll just go ahead and jog 10 feet, and that's a done.
Okay. So now we are second 13. It is Thalon again.
I'll jog another 10 feet, or even move into a sprint and do the charge.
All right. So you move into contact, and this is when you get your attack upon contact, and you can make your attack.
All right, this is with +4 because it is a charge. That is still a 1 if that means anything.
Oof, yes, it is. So here's the way fumbles work. So if you roll a 1, it's an automatic miss.
Mhm.
However, in order for it to actually be a fumble, the defender you have to not hit the defender.
Right,
this
and with my
case-
+4, I come up to 7, so I do still hit, but I fumble, so it misses.
Yep. So it's a fumble, so it's a miss, but you didn't. He didn't block you, so you didn't get a fumble. With a fumble, there's a whole fumble chart, which
Oh, boy.
which there's about a 50% chance that they get a free attack. in addition to, you can do anything from damage your own equipment to hit your allies to break your weapons. So
actually, I have a staff. I don't even have to get up close enough to allow it to attack me, do I?
you did not have to.
But I did get the attack, and that's what matters, I think.
So would you like to delay your 13 seconds to attack it again?
Absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and click my token. I'm going to hit delay, and it's going to be
13,
13
right?
seconds. So see ya in half an hour, guys.
It's now Tub.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
All right. You're running. He's running. We are now on Kara. And we are on Airy.
Well, jog.
All right. We are now on Rory the Badger, who's also on initiative 13.
So he's going to attack.
All right. This one is injured.
Okay.
Gets an 8 to defend, and Rory hits. Can Rory finish off the
vicious.
centipede? Oh yeah, easily. That centipede is dead, toasted. So
And he's going to sit there and eat it.
he's going to sit there and eat it. That's good. That's perfect. He's just devouring it.
Now I put delay, right? Do I hit? Is that what I
Yep.
hit?
Yeah, you'd hit M delay.
Yeah.
Well, so there's a interesting situation. So if you're within your weapon's reach of an opponent, you have to wait your weapon speed to attack again. So if it's 5 plus the weapon plus your weapon reach. So essentially, for most of you guys, if you're within 1 square of another enemy, you always have to wait your weapon speed. For Thalon, if he's within 2 squares of an enemy, he's going to always have to wait his weapon speed to attack again.
Okay.
So in this case, there's no enemies near Rory. So if Rory wanted to, he could take 1 second to, pull himself out of combat, and then he would be able to act just every second. And then the next time he moved into an enemy, he could just make an attack.
Okay.
So
That sounds good.
all right. So he attacked on second 13. So on second 14, he's going to reorient himself, and then so he'll be able to move normally on second 15.
Okay.
So it's now Tub.
Keep running.
Keep running. And Kara. All right.
Down to just a jog, but yeah.
Yep, you're down to just a jog. Awesome. And now Airy.
What does a half run mean to the whole speed economy?
So what do you mean by that?
Half run is listed as a 1 second thing. I just mean, do I have to slow down after going from a jog to a half run?
Half run over 10 feet. I don't know what that means there. But you're wondering if you can move 3 squares and attack this fella?
Right.
Or this centipede?
Right.
You can do that, and it can be considered a charge.
All right.
The only time you can move at to attack an enemy is actually with a charge. So, and basically mechanically, you get to make an attack at +4, but for the next, I think it's 5 seconds, you lose any dexterity bonuses to your defense. So that's the trade-off there.
Right, I'm under a similar penalty until second 18, so if any of them turn to hit me, I'm without it.
My defense mod is negative anyway. Wasn't really a concern.
Yeah. So you make an attack against that centipede there.
Second.
Another critical. Jeez Louise. And you hit, surprisingly. And this one's dead as well. And then that's second 14. So since there's no one within 1 square of you, you can essentially wait 2 seconds. So you killed it on 14. On 15, you'll have to reorient yourself. And because you're at a run, you have to slow to a jog, which means you'll move 2 squares forward. And then on 16, you'll be able to do whatever you'd like. So,
Right.
So 15, in ascending order. If Airy, you're like reorienting yourself as you come out of your run and get to move 2 squares forward. And we're at Tub. So you're also in a charge because that's how you can move that fast, and you can make an attack
Yes.
with one of your daggers.
Yes.
Gets an 8. So you'll click on your character sheet and then go to your dagger. I think it doesn't really matter if you do 1 defending or 1 attacking. You get a 12, so you hit, and then roll damage.
Nice.
Yeah, that one's dead. Right as it's maybe about to turn and then leap on Thalon, you run to his rescue and flick it out of the air with a deft flick of your dagger. And we're out of combat now. It's all quiet. Right as Kara made her lengthy sprint into combat.
Yep. As soon as that happens, I'm running if I can. So I don't want to be
So you see him run in, kill a centipede, and go, oh, out of here, and keep running. So, Kara...
Thalon just keeps beating on the dead one next to him for a minute.
So, Kara, if he had not killed it, you would have also gotten your second of movement and then also could have attacked on that same second. So, in this case, it's just the centipedes are not...
Yeah,
they don't have a lot of hit points.
I don't like bugs anyway.
You mean the kill still? Sorry.
It doesn't matter. You're not getting into experience points for monsters. It'll be all as a group. But all the centipedes are dead now. What would you guys like to do? So, yep.
Connor, what language do you speak?
I speak a little of that Svamosish, and Gnomish. That's
Oh, okay. Well, I'll look at you and say, "Are you okay?" And then Kira has to translate.
He's asking, "Are you okay?"
I think so. In a bunch of days, it's going to take some time, but I'll be all right. We don't have any healers, right?
So he can do first aid.
Yes.
So, right, you have the first aid skill, Thalon?
I do.
Oh, you do?
I don't, by the way.
Oh. So
I'm the air quotes cleric, remember?
Oh, right.
I did take some poison, so...
Yeah, so Tub can do first aid on your wounds. So he has a first aid score of 35, which means he can do first aid. All first aid has to be done within an hour of receiving the wound.
Right.
And his first aid skill is such that it takes about 6 minutes. It takes 6 minutes for each of his first aid checks.
Yes.
So essentially,
sorry.
So after combat, he can do 10 checks if you immediately stop and take an hour and do first aid. So he can do a first aid check, and if he succeeds an average check, so essentially within 40 of his skill, so if he rolls a 75 or lower, I think, he will give you 1 hit point back on that wound.
Okay.
And would me having bandages increase my score at all, or no?
It just helps, but it does not increase your score. No.
All right. Whenever you guys are ready, let me know.
I'm ready. Heal me.
Heal me.
Right. Don't look.
All right. So that is within 40. So Connor, you get to take 1 hit point off that wound. So the 9-point wound becomes an 8-point wound.
And the days to heal, does that stay at 8?
It becomes now 7.
7. Okay. Thank you.
How many times can I use this skill again? I'm sorry.
You can use it once per wound.
Gotcha.
So he has 1 wound, so you can do it once.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he had like a wound for every instance of poison.
Yeah, that's
So
what I thought too.
it's a large wound that just steadily gets bigger. So his poison took is 1 large wound, but like so every time you got poisoned, it would have been 1 wound. But yeah, so this is just 1 large wound.
Is anybody else wounded?
And I think because we were only on second 16, so at second 16, you hadn't even taken the full amount of damage from this wound. So Connor, you're like over the next, because you took 9 points, over the next minute and a half, like that just steadily starts burning more and more and more.
I just want to imagine that we're all having like a congenial conversation and Connor's in the background screaming because of the burning.
It's like, it really burns, guys. Guys, it burns.
It's getting worse. It's getting
it doesn't
worse.
burn that much.
Is anyone else burning?
Yeah, because he's a tough little guy, right?
Oh, right,
That's
that's
right.
true. Yeah,
I wonder
I'm not
if
complaining
DM,
about the burning.
yeah. What was the question?
Since I am, with my set thing, I wanted to do poison and stuff. I didn't get a chance to talk to you. I'm sorry, but I was wondering, is there an antidote for poison or no? Because I probably would have blocked that because I would have wanted to use poison with my dagger. That's why I had it in my picture the green for me carrying poisons and like dip my daggers in, and that fun. If it was a thing in the system.
There's not readily available antidotes.
Okay.
But I'll double check and I'll get back to you on that.
That's fine. And again, I'm sorry to bring that.
No worries, no worries. It's I don't know exactly on the top of my head,
That's cool.
but I'll let you know.
So yeah, I think I'm going to speak in a language Thal doesn't understand, because those are my only options.
Okay.
And say, I don't bring this up as an I told you so moment, because I'm not that kind of person, but I believe that if we had all been digging on the same grave at the same time, that this would have been less of a problem.
Fair enough. I'll grant we should all work together then.
Kara, what did he say?
he said you're right.
All right, so let's stick to 1 grave then.
All right. So you guys
the one
start.
that they came out of.
They came out of the one that you were digging. They were coming out of this grave right here.
Maybe there's something important in there. Let's keep digging there. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I would imagine it would be a fresher body, right? Carrying creatures
Yes,
such as these.
Right.
This one had a little bit more. This one had a little bit more flesh still left on it that these creatures were nibbling on. And now that you see these creatures, you start to recognize signs in a lot of the graves where it looks like these creatures might have burrowed in and gotten at the corpses.
Right.
Mhm.
I would be more inclined to believe that you were digging in the correct area, because I can't imagine any newer graves than the ones that we're looking for.
So you guys start digging in this area, and these graves all have just a single have several bodies in them, but none of them with any equipment, any medallions, especially the one that you're looking for. And after digging up all the graves, you don't find anything of interest. In fact, there's no medallion amongst any of the graves.
I'm thinking maybe that one of those monkeys has it. Because they like those shiny things.
It would all depend. There was a bit of time in between when the village was attacked and when the villagers came back to both not only bury but also loot. One of the villagers also could have perhaps taken the amulet, seeing it as valuable. It's also why I don't recommend necessarily looting all the houses here. The villagers would have done that already.
Kara, what did he say?
He says, long time, other people could loot. But also, and I give him a side eye because I know he can't understand this, he was here this morning. He could have looted.
Right.
I'm just like looking at Kira and going, don't believe that you're getting across the full spirit of my intentions here. I don't know what you said, but I don't necessarily fully trust it.
I respond and Count Mark, like, no, I got it. Smotion is just a truncated language. I got what you said.
I see. I'll remember that in my study tomorrow. Pulls out just like a small handbook that is like Savosian to Low Elven dictionary.
But yeah, pointedly, they didn't just dig a grave in an instant. The body would have had to have been sitting out there by itself before they could put it into the grave, so I do believe that the monkey angle is a fairly reasonable one.
Well, the monkeys definitely operate together as a colony. They aren't too aggressive, however, we've already seen their natures. If we were to intrude on them, I have no doubt that they would become more aggressive. We should
Kara,
prepare
what'd he
some
say?
kind of gift.
Maybe we could teach them how to exchange.
They did accept currency.
Right.
Well, they didn't
I'm gonna
accept.
need make a whole web chart at this point, just so I know who I can talk to.
They didn't accept currency for objects. They just accepted currency.
But maybe
that's a step, right? It's a step in the right direction.
Even the simplest of primates, such as ourselves, understand exchange and fairness.
But maybe I could train them in some way, since I have some animal training.
Cue to the next 6-month montage, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
Do you have?
It actually
animal
would probably be
training
very
monkeys?
probable to do that.
What's that?
Do you have animal training monkeys?
No, I don't have
Oh,
animal training monkeys. Yeah.
Monkeys, badgers, what's the difference?
Right.
They operate on pretty much the same principles.
Right.
Could we
Still,
look
if we
around
do-
the village, in case there are other places where bodies could be?
Yeah, you could take a good look around, and you're trying to find other spots that bodies might have been buried.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There does appear to be a trap over here on the east side. This thing.
Yep. There are several like set up alongside the villages, old, and most of them are damaged or destroyed traps. That the village must have used for hunting and to capture game.
Right. So they're not active and there's nothing in them.
If there is, they're dead.
Yeah, I was
So-
looking at that like tiny little bit of fur. I'm just like, that's probably dead. It's been weeks.
It has been weeks.
Well, at
Right.
least if we need to find the monkeys, the whistling ought to give them away.
Yes.
Do I need to roll anything to see for a check to see if I find any fresh turned earth that might have been?
Yeah, you can roll let's say an observation.
I would help, guys, but this is not my forte.
Yeah, you look around and
not mine either.
maybe you're not paying enough attention, or maybe there really are none. But the only graves that you see are the